Man, it has been some time, hasn't it? It's been, I don't even know, like maybe 2 months, 3 months since I've uploaded, maybe even a month, honestly. I feel like before I was so consistent that like, it feels like it's been forever since I put anything out because I've been so consistent. I don't know how long it's been, but I'm sorry for going MIA on y'all, bro. I ain't really intend to do that. I just had to go double my income real quick. But I just had some thoughts to share, since I've decided to get back on and make a video now that I feel like I'm in the right headspace to make one. I just kind of wanted to let you know that, like, if you feel like you have the ability to do something, the mental capacity, the physical capacity, whatever it is, if you feel like in your heart of hearts that you can truly do something, go do it, bro. Like I feel like that whole like stand down and being humble thing, that's a loser mentality. It's damn near a loser mentality. It's for losers. Like for you to not pursue something or decide not to do something because you feel like it's too crazy or it's too irregular or it's too rare, for you to limit yourself like that, that's a loser mentality. You've got to be a loser in order to do that, because if you're not taking that step, if you're not trying to do something, if you're not trying to put yourself out there and get to the top, you're a loser, because you're not winning, clearly, because you're not doing whatever it is that you want to do. So I feel like it takes like a certain level of delusion and not even necessarily delusion, but so much confidence in yourself and in your ability, to the point where you are like treading that line between confidence and delusion, because you have so much confidence in your ability. Like, it's, to some people, to the average person, you're gonna come off as delusional or arrogant, because it's like, who are you to think that you have the ability to get out there and be the best at this, or make make that jump, or be that specific type of person that nobody ever actually knows in person. It's just the dream, the dream life. It's the person that they want to be. Who are you to feel like you can be that guy? It does seem, arrogant or delusional when you think about it from that point of view. But you have to have that mentality, because like I said, if you don't, you're going to keep yourself where you are, and you're going to become the regular person, or you're going to become the average Joe. You're going to become that person you don't want to be. Obviously, this is for people who don't want to be that regular person. If you are okay with being an average person, that's fine, because at the end of the day, that means you're winning. As long as you're doing whatever it is that you want to do, you are winning. But if that's not you, if that's not you, this video is for you. That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people who are tired of their jobs. I'm talking to the people who want to become, professionals in a sport, a world champion, people who want to be the best at whatever it is that they want to do. You got to start thinking like you're the best. You got to start moving like you're the best, or move like you want to be the best. Don't move like you just want to be good at something. Don't move like you want to be decent. You got to move like you're the best, and you want to be the best. You got to make some scary decisions, maybe even stupid decisions. Some people would consider them stupid decisions. You've got to be willing to do it, because you can't, you can't do the same thing every day and expect different results. Everybody knows that. I was working a job before this, a really good job, like really, really good. At one point I was making over $40 an hour. Very good job. But I knew that there was more for me, and I knew that there was more that I could do. And I knew that it wasn't gonna make me happy, and it wasn't aligning with the goals that I had in life. So I left. I took that step, I took that jump, and I decided to bet on myself. And to me, it almost didn't even feel like a bet. To me, it was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I know I can do this. I just got to be willing to take that step. To me, it wasn't a gamble. To me, it was just a necessary step to get to where it is I wanted to be. And I'm not quite there yet. I haven't quite gotten, 100% to where I want to be, but I've made a really, really big jump. I think it's about 1 week into September right now, or just over a week into September. And I've already made just as much, if not more money than I did in 1 month working at the job that I used to work at. And I don't do even a fraction of the amount of physical and mental work that I had to do at that other job. And it was because I was just willing to take that step. I had that level of like delusion that is required to be able to do abnormal things. I decided to kind of take that jump. I'm no different from anybody else. You know, I wasn't like the greatest at school. I was good in school, but I wasn't like the greatest. I don't have any crazy connections, like really any type of connections at all. You know, no crazy networking. I don't have rich parents. I didn't have anybody to put me on, you know what I'm saying? I did it all on my own. And I did it on my own. My bad, y'all. I did it all on my own, not because I thought I could do it, but because I knew I could do it. So I just went out there and did it. You know, to me, it's like if I wanna hit this number, if I wanna make this amount of money, if I wanna achieve this goal, I'm gonna do it just because I want to. That's the way I think about it. I like to, instead of chasing after progress and hoping that progress comes to me, I will it. I will my progress. I create progress at will, simply because I want it that bad, and I know I'm gonna get it just because I want it, and just because I'm taking the necessary steps to get there. And I know that sounds ridiculous. It's like how can you possibly achieve something just because you think you're gonna do it, or just because you quote unquote know you're gonna do it? That's a very arrogant mindset to have. You gotta have that mindset. If you really want to be the best, if you really want to be that guy, you got to act like you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, for a long time, I had a big issue with underestimating my ability. Not only as far as what I could do, you know, for a living and to make a living, you know, to make money, to, you know, just in general in life. I did it in the gym too. Like, I would constantly undershoot numbers that I wanted to hit. I was constantly underestimating myself. I was, you know, with everything, I'm constantly underestimating my ability and discredit myself. I wasn't aware of how good I was at certain things. And then when I finally realized, even with me doing that, I still achieved above average results, I realized that I can do whatever it is I want. So from that point, I started moving like it. I realized, dang, I could really be good at this. So I started moving like I'm already good at it. I moved like I'm the best at it. And guess what? I'm getting there. I'm getting to that level to where I'm becoming above average. I'm achieving the numbers I want to achieve. I'm doing the things I want to do, simply because I realized that I can do it as long as I know I can. Before, when I was underestimating myself, there were certain things that I wasn't doing simply because I wasn't trying, because I wasn't sure. And that's where the problem lies. You know, you're never going to be 100% sure of anything until you try it. You know, of course, you know, everybody says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take it. It's really true. You gotta just take that shot, shoot that three. And a lot of times, you know, you realize when you start shooting them threes, you might end up like Steph Curry. So just remember to get out there, try everything. And if you feel like you've got that ability, chances are you got that ability. You know, if there's something in the back of your mind that's saying, I could do this, you could probably do it. You know, that thought isn't there for no reason. And if you haven't tried it, there's no good reason for you to believe you can't. You know, one thing I hear all the time is like, oh, what if I don't do it? What if you do? What ifs are the dumbest thing ever to me. They're the most useless thing ever. What ifs are just, it's just the idea of probability. Anything can happen. What if I'm recording this video right now and a missile comes down and blows me up and the video never comes out and I'm just dead? That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? So why is it that to you, the chances of you failing is so much more realistic than the chances of you succeeding? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So just do whatever it is you want to do, bro. Give it a shot. You could come out on top. You could come out way higher than you expected. You don't know. You know, my mentality is to shoot for the stars, so at that point I could blow through the ceiling. Or shoot for the stars, so at the very least I could touch the clouds. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though I might not necessarily touch the stars like I intended to, at least I got way up here, as opposed to me not trying to make that jump at all and I'm still on the ground. Just give it a shot. Shoot that three. Take the full court shot. Literally just throw it up. See what happens. You know, what happens if you miss? Oh, you missed. Okay, whatever. Just do it, bro.